Hello, Gemini. Happy birthday. Welcome to the Cottage, Gemini gang. This is for you if you have Gemini as your sun, moon, rising, or Venus. We're going to get an update on your love life and see what's going on with romance. Here we go, Team Gemini, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. What's going on with the person on your mind, Gemini? Let's find out. Let's find out. By the way, Geminis, I do offer personal readings. The link to book a personal reading with me is below this video. www.enchantedcottage333.com. That being said, Team Gemini, let's get started on your reading. Let's get started and see what's going on with the person on Gemini's mind. What's going on, Gemini? With the person on your mind, Gemini, what's going on? Gemini, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. What's going on, Gems? What's going on? Seven of Swords, good Lord. Good Lord. King of Cups in the reverse. Gemini, who is this? The Devil in reverse. Someone that they may feel like you don't trust. What in the crazy terrain? Seven of Swords. This person is, in your mind, not trustworthy. You have a sneaking suspicion that this person is a liar, cheater, sneaky snake, cold, emotionally unavailable, with the King of Cups in the reverse. Maybe even with those two together, you may be dealing with somebody that could be a bit of an emotional, manipulative person. Nonetheless, you feel like this person is toxic, and I think you may have considered or actually cut this person out and maybe working on yourself. Good Lord, Gemini. How do they see things? How do they see things? How does this person? Let's just take a look at how they see things. What's going on with this person? What's going on with this person? Gemini, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. What's going on with this person? Gemini, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. What's going on with this person? Team Gem. What's going on with this person? Gemini, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Gemini, sun, moon, rising, and Venus. Where are they? What's their energy in this thing? What's their energy in this thing? For some of you Geminis, they may have accused you of being toxic. And there may have been a cutoff. Either you cut them off or they cut you off. And it could have been them accusing you, or else they were doing it. But my thing is, were they projecting? Or are they doing, Five of Cups here. Let's see here. Oh, Four of Cups in reverse, Three of Cups in reverse. Gemini, that's what I think. I think a lot of you, that this person may have been accusing you of something that you didn't do. And in fact, in your mind, they're projecting. But nonetheless, either they walked away from you or you walked away from them. I'm not sure which it is. I think you walked away from them at some point. They may have done the original walking, but at some point you have cut ties with this person. Their reaction: tears, regret, feeling like they lost the one. I let the best thing that ever happened to me get away from me. All because I spoke some harsh words and argued with Gemini and accused him of being a cheater, possibly with the Three of Cups in reverse. When maybe they were doing it, and we're going to delve into this too. Were they doing it? Let's find out. Was this projection, or were they just a suspicious person that had trust issues? I'm not sure. We're going to dissect all of that. Stay with me, Gemini. They're over here crying and feeling like they fumbled you. Lost the best thing that ever crossed my path, and very disappointed in the way things are. Why is this Three of Cups here in the reverse? I know that there's harsh words that have been spoken here. I can tell you that. Okay? And I know it's here for that. It could be third-party energy here. Is this person actually doing what they're accusing Gemini of doing? Is this person been doing this? Or are they just ridiculously suspicious? I'm going to find out, Gemini. Why is the Lover's card here in the reverse? Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, Nine of Swords. I think they've thought about it, but I think they're afraid to. I think this is more of a fear. For the majority of my Geminis, They may have thought about it, but I really feel like that this is more of a suspicion thing and a fear thing, because I got fear here. Fear of losing you. Nine of Pentacles in reverse, Nine of Swords in the upright, abandonment issues, fears of being left alone, feeling like I'm not good enough, and saying, why am I not as good as this person over here that Gemini is imaginary cheating with, or what have you. Why was I not enough for Gemini? Those are the things, and this is all in this person's head. For the most part, I think most of my Geminis here, I don't think this person has been doing anything so much as they're projecting their fears onto you. And that can happen sometimes when people have these deep-seated fears and unhealed wounds from this stuff. And it goes back before you many times, Gemini. Six of Cups here in the reverse. It goes back to some bad history before you ever even dealt with this person. And yet, Nine of Wands, they re-injure themselves in the same way. All right, because they just can't break the cycle of trust issues. So I think that's what's going on here. That's why this person's so upset. I fumbled, I lost Gemini, etc., etc. All right. They feel like they're supposed to be with you. All right, Hierophant. That can sometimes even speak to marriage. How do they feel about Gemini? How do they feel about Gemini? How do they feel toward Gemini? How do they feel toward Gemini, please? How do they feel toward Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. How does this person feel toward you, Gemini? How does this person feel toward Gemini? How do they feel toward Gemini? How does this person feel toward Gemini? How do they feel toward you, Gemini? How do they feel toward Gemini? Strength card, World reversed, Ten of Cups. They've got deep emotion for you. They hold back. They may be in their ego. And understand this. I don't feel like for the majority of you Geminis, the way that ego is manifesting is in the normal egotistical, arrogant thing. And it could be, but I feel like it's there. The ego, the reason egos exist is to protect us, many times to protect us from being hurt, unhealed wounds, and we'll develop this callus there. And a lot of times the reason that can manifest as arrogance, okay, is because it's covering for a problem with this person's self-worth and their self-esteem. In this case, it's covering up those wounds associated, those fears associated with abandonment. And so that protective barrier, that wall can come out in so many different ways. And that's what this person is wrestling with, literally, with the Strength card and trying to tame that beast, if you will. The World in reverse, unfinished business. They still feel tied to you energetically and certainly emotionally. You know, you made them happy, Gemini, whether you know it or not. There was a lot of happiness here. I want to see how you feel. I want to take a peek at you, Gemini. I want to take a peek at you, Gemini. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Tell me how Gemini feels toward this person. Tell me how Gemini feels toward this person. How does Gemini feel toward this person? How do you feel, Gemini? How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel? How does Gemini feel about this person? How do you feel about this person, Gemini? How does Gemini feel about this person? You don't trust them. Seven of Swords. Ace of Cups here in the reverse. Five of Cups. You know damn well they have fears of emotional vulnerability. You know damn well. You feel like right now I think you do realize that this person is over here, disappointed and busted up. I think you know that. I think you know that. I think you're busted up about things too, but yet you don't trust them. And you, with this Ace of Cups in reverse, are very guarded about going forward with this person into something. You're trying to be happy, but you don't feel exactly at your best. All right? You're trying to find reasons to be happy and smile. So, Gemini, we'll sometimes crack jokes and use humor as a coping mechanism, and that may be what's going on here, because I think you're sad underneath it all. I think you're sad underneath it all, but I think you're side-eyeing this whole thing, right? And you're wondering if this person is projecting. Gemini, I don't think they are. You're very guarded about this thing. You definitely are keeping them energetically at arm's length, right? Very much in this energy of realizing you may have to make a head over heart decision here. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. So you're keeping your wits about you, but yet you feel very tied to this person too. And you and them are mirroring each other on this Hierophant energy. What do I mean by that? Both of you feel like you were supposed to be together. And that honestly, that I think you look at this as, I think both of you are in this energy of what might have been, what should have been, what could have been. I think you, but I have to admire you, Gemini, because I think you're trying to keep your head. I think you're trying to not get so caught up in your emotions, and you do feel them. You are sad, but I think you're not getting so caught up in those that you lose control of all sense of sanity, right? I think you're keeping your head. And for that, I think that's admirable. You're trying to find reasons to find joy, be happy, etc. Okay? But you do feel off. Queen of Wands here, Ten of Pentacles, but in the reverse, it may be affecting your ability to even concentrate at work. And I do think that if this person reached out, you would at least hear them out. I think you're guarded about it, but I think you would at least be curious what they had to say. You may be expecting them to reach out with the Hermit card in the reverse, or you may feel the urge to do that. What's this person's next action toward Gemini? Give me this person's next action toward Gemini. Give me this person's next action, please, toward Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Give me this person's next action toward Gemini. Give me their next action toward Gemini, please. Give me this person's next action toward Gem. Give me their next action toward Gemini. Give me their next action toward Gemini. Give me their next action toward Gemini. Give me this person's next action, please, toward Gemini. Next action, please, of this person toward Gemini. They're going to ask you for commitment, Gemini. They're going to come in and ask you for commitment. Ooh, damn, there's a solid offer here with good intentions. They're like, I'm not cheating. I'm not going to accuse you of cheating. There's nobody here like you, and we are the one for each other. Seven of Cups in reverse. I want to take you off the market. I want off the market, and all this talk about other people is over. Stable, loyal, Queen of Pentacles, got you on a pedestal. Ace of Wands, very passionate new beginning offered from this person. With, backed up with the intention of actually giving to this thing, investing in this thing, and doing some work. The question is, are they going to stick with this? Are they going to work on those fears and those wounds so that they don't project those onto you and that you guys can sustain in something going forward? And I think you are very much in that question mark energy. I pulled that with your King of Swords, Queen of Swords energy that we pulled on that when we pulled for your energy. So that's a valid question. At least you know their next action. You know what to expect next. If you want to delve into this further with me, we are going to. I am going to take a deep dive, and I'm going to look at this person, their fears, whether they're going to address those and stick with the plan and work on those and truly do better. And I'm going to look at what the long term might look like between you and them. And of course, I'll do the All Signs Cross Watcher. All of that is going to be found in the extended reading over on Patreon. You will see that link below this video. Thank you so much, Team Gemini.